In 2019, researchers set up hidden cameras near watering holes in Mozambique's Gorongosa National Park and played recordings of different sounds, lions roaring, dogs barking, and humans talking, to see how the local wildlife would react. The results were striking. Animals fled from the sound of human voices twice as fast and from twice as far away as they fled from lions. Which raises an obvious question. Why are animals more afraid of us than of the apex predators that actually eat them? Hi, I'm Mara, and this is Microplanet. The answer isn't simply that animals are wired to fear humans. Most wild animals that have never encountered a human show very little fear of us at all. The fear is learned. And it's learned faster and retained longer than fear of almost anything else. To understand why, you have to understand what makes humans uniquely terrifying as a predator. The first thing is range. Every other predator on the planet kills at close range. A lion has to get within sprinting distance. A crocodile has to be in the water. Even a wolf needs to run its prey down over open ground. Humans are the only large predator that routinely kills from distances of hundreds of meters, and historically, from distances that would have seemed impossible to any prey animal trying to calculate a safe escape zone. An animal that keeps 100 meters between itself and a lion is safe. An animal that keeps 100 meters between itself and a human with a projectile weapon is not. And since no prey animal evolved alongside a predator that could kill from that distance, their instinctive safe distance calculations are completely wrong for humans. The fear response has to be recalibrated by experience, and experience with human hunters is generally fatal. The second thing is unpredictability. Most predators follow patterns that prey animals can learn over generations. Lions hunt at dusk and dawn. They approach from downwind. They target the weak and the slow at the edges of the herd. Prey animals have been co-evolving with these predators for millions of years and have developed finely tuned behavioral responses to each one. Humans don't follow those patterns. We hunt at any time of day. We approach from any direction. We target animals that seem healthy and strong. We use tools, traps, and strategies that don't map onto anything in a prey animal's evolved threat library. The unpredictability itself becomes a threat signal. Any behavior that doesn't fit the known predator template triggers heightened alarm. The third thing is that the fear spreads without direct experience. This is the part that researchers find most remarkable. In areas where hunting pressure has been high, prey animals show strong fear responses to humans, even in populations where individual animals have never personally encountered a hunter. The fear transmits socially. Young animals learn it from the behavior of adults, from alarm calls, from watching others flee. And because human hunting has been so widespread and so consistent across so many generations, the fear has in some cases become partially heritable, baked into the behavioral tendencies of entire species at a population level. It's one of the fastest examples of fear-driven behavioral evolution researchers have documented in the wild. The flip side of all this is equally interesting. In places where hunting has been absent for long enough, national parks, remote islands, protected reserves, the fear of humans collapses surprisingly quickly. The famous tameness of the Galapagos finches, which famously allowed Darwin to approach within arm's reach, isn't because those birds evolved without fear. It's because the islands had no large mammalian predators, so the birds never developed the specific fear response that prey animals learn from being hunted. Bring hunting pressure back, and within 1 or 2 generations, the fear returns. The Gorongosa study found something similar in the other direction. Lions in that park were also afraid of humans, not because lions are prey animals, but because they too had learned from experience that humans are dangerous in ways that don't follow the rules they understand. even apex predators recalibrate their behavior around us. Which brings us back to those watering holes in Mozambique. The animals weren't fleeing from the sound of human voices because of some ancient hardwired instinct. They were fleeing because their populations carry the accumulated memory of what happens when you don't. The fear isn't irrational. It's one of the most well-earned fears in the animal kingdom. And the fact that it can disappear within a generation or two when the pressure is removed tells us something hopeful. The relationship between humans and wildlife isn't fixed, it's a negotiation, and we're the only party to that negotiation capable of choosing differently.